League Football, presented by GTV Channel 9 Melbourne, with the compliments of the Kiwi Polish Company.
Far and wide. What a game it was. 95,600 people saw it earlier in the day, and now it's your opportunity, if in fact you haven't got home from the ground, to have a second look at it. Here we go into the first quarter of the second semi-final, one of the great games in the final series for a number of years, Collingwood versus...
Umpire Lance Perkins, a great day for him, in charge of the game. Collingwood and St. Kilda, and listen to the crowd roar, and the players underway. Up goes Gavalik, the ball on the half-forward line, and play hectic right in the first 5 seconds. Picking up the ball is Darryl Griffiths of St. Kilda. He loses possession of it. Now coming through is Sinman. Sinman loses the ball. Pitt comes in, knocks it forward towards Tully. It's a battle royal out there. Negative play at the moment, but the atmosphere has been set. It's rugged so far, and a ball up on the half-forward line. Up they go. Brian Minot knocking the ball forward. Picked up for Collingwood by Pitt. He gets it onto their half-forward line. The mark is taken by Price.
This boy Price has added a great fill-up to Collingwood's attack from the centre. Here's his kick going right into the full-forward area. Nobody can mark here. Murray was in front of his man. Richardson is his shoulder suspect. Turns out of trouble there. Gives a hand pass to Captain Tottenham. Here's the first score coming up. Sonny's brought the house down for the Magpies. First up.
It's a typical Collingwood start. Bigger rather than system. Got that goal. And it's a Collingwood demoraliser. The first goal of the match in a minute and a half.
The umpire for today's game is Lance Perkins, who is umpiring his first final and the first umpire ever to umpire a final in his first year of league football.
The man of the moment is the man in white, and here's the bounce up going straight above the centre circle. Again, Gavalik wins the knockdown. It's grabbed by the Brownlow medalist. He is grabbed quickly, and a free kick is going straight to him, and remonstrating is Gavalik. The ball from the back line is kicked into attack beautifully by the Brownlow medalist. It's over to the dock, and here he comes. Baldock is in the van seat. There's a hold up in play. The stands almost came to their feet as one of the most electrifying players in the game. Baldock came into the fray, but there's a free kick going Collingwood's way, and it's taken by Montgomery, whose short pass on the back line is safe because it's straight to Kevin Rose. Under duress, he kicks the ball into attack. The ball is onto the half-forward line. Darryl Griffiths fell back on the ball but couldn't hold it. Here's Breen helping him out. Breen on the back line turns defence-wise in towards the fence and kicks it along the boundary line. Coming down is Patterson. Patterson has hold of the ball. Kennedy and Adamson are having a knock around here, and it's a free kick going against Collingwood's Adamson, and it will be taken by Kennedy. Ian Cleland saw what happened and reports on Channel 9.
In warding off this player, Kennedy, he did put his hand in his face, and Perkins looked behind. Good umpiring.
There's the kick by Kennedy down towards Baldock. Flies from behind, almost pulled out a mark. Comes down towards Ross Smith. He's bumped out of the road. It's into the St. Kilda forward pocket. Coming in is Ian Rowland. He's met hard here as Ted Potter comes in. He kicks it back to Collingwood's half-back line. It's a battle royal. A battle royal as Price comes in. Knocks the ball forward, but the whistle's gone, and the free kick is going Collingwood's way on the back line, and let's see who it's going to be taken by. Price on the half-back line, sending the ball back to the Magpies, kicks it into Baldock, but the ball rebounds back to him, and Price with a drop kick puts the Magpies into attack. Down over Tuddenham's head on the half-forward line. Down there is Searle also, coming in as Ian Sinman. He's met hard by Tuddenham, picked up by Griffiths. He puts the ball back to St. Kilda's half-forward line. Kennedy's there, but he's over, and the mark is taken behind by Kevin Rose.
Kevin Rose for the Magpies on the half-back flank, with the Magpies going to the scoreboard goal, and it already shows them a goal up. They're one goal up. The ball onto the half-forward line for them, and coming in behind, Burton Howell gets his first touch in the game. But again, a free kick is singled out by umpire Perkins, and it's going Collingwood's way. It'll be taken by Searle, their centre half-forward. Jim Taylor on Channel 9.
Tony, it was an obvious free kick and one that was well paid by the umpire.
The kick by Searle is to win in about 35 yards of goal, maybe less, as the big fellas fly and they can't hang on to it. Look at that scrimmage. Who's got the ball? Nobody as yet. It's Murray playing well. A lot depends on him today. Big Thompson runs him down, but not in time. The ball is onto the half-back line for the Saints, and Cooper down from the half-forward line. A lovely mark. Then a faulty hand pass to Oakley. Bad luck for the Saints. The ball is in Oakley's possession now. He's lost it. He's swung out of the way. It's a free kick going to St. Kilda, and luckily so, according to umpire Cleland.
Well, this player was grabbed. He wasn't in possession of the ball, and quite rightly, a free kick.
Oakley onto the half-forward line, and a beautiful mark is taken there by this young fella Breen. Done everything right for the Saints this year. Looking for a lead downfield. Baldock has dropped back, I see. He's coming under the ball now as the pack comes out. Neal can't get up high enough to take this mark. Picked up by Wallace, who's having a rest off the ball. It's over towards Patterson. Coming to Moran. Moran drops it. It goes behind him to the big blonde fella like Ditterich in Minot. But what's the decision here?
It must be a free kick to the blonde boy, Minot, because the way Tuddenham tackled him, he grabbed him, he rode him into the ground.
I don't agree with it, Ian. I've never agreed with it, and it's been paid that way all the year.
Minot kicks the ball to centre half forward. Morrow can't take the mark. Behind is Terry Waters, who kept the Copeland Trophy winner steer out of the side. The ball is onto the half forward line. Look at them move. It's Tully. Tully's a beautiful kick. There's a St. Kilda man in trouble on the back line. Beautiful mark. Beautiful mark as we were looking back upfield to Ian Graham. Threw himself at the ball and held it to his chest. Kennedy in a spot of bother on the back line as Ian Graham. At centre half forward, a chance for the Magpies' second goal. The kick is falling short. It's into the pocket. Can Collingwood mark? They can't. St. Kilda will hold them out. Good play by Sinman, ever reliable, not spectacular, but a serviceable player. The ball is run across the line and the players go into the gutter. Patterson and Moran in person. The score, Collingwood 1 goal, St. Kilda yet to score.
The ball 40 yards from the Collingwood goal. There's Thompson getting up high. Minot's up in front of him, and St. Kilda trying to keep them out. Here as Richardson flashes into the play. Richardson in the half-forward line, swings it into the 10-yard square for Collingwood. Up they fly, almost marked by Murray. It's play on as we see Wallace coming in to contest it with Murray, and it's out of bounds in the pocket.
Murray, who has had his problems before in trying to look after Ian Graham here, is doing very well at the moment and playing in front. A lot depends on him, as we've commented earlier. Roger Head gets bundled out of the way after kicking the ball over here onto the back line. Oakley knows that it's going out and slows up a bit as two Collingwood fellas lead him in the race to the ball. 1 goal to Collingwood, St. Kilda yet to score. We've had 6 minutes of play and it's a thriller. It's dynamite at the MCG.
Thompson versus Minot, and Thompson wins the knockdown. It's on Collingwood's half-forward line. Trying to come through there was Tully. It's into the pocket position, picked up by Wayne Richardson. A left-foot kick in towards goal by Richardson. It could be good. Another goal to the Magpies. Wayne Richardson, Collingwood with 2 goals on the board. St. Kilda yet to score.
St. Kilda, apart from the odd occasion, I think on 2 occasions at the most, have got past their half-forward line. It doesn't augur well for their chances, but perhaps let's put it down to final nerves. Now already St. Kilda are sending runner Ron Wilson out onto the field.
The ball has bounced in the centre. It's over Alan Morrow's head, but he sees one of his own players come in and knock it onto the forward line. Here's this fella Pitt, a very active player and an acquisition to the Collingwood side, kicking the ball to the half-forward line. Sirakovsky got up high and got his hands on the ball. The umpire rules that it's his mark. Now why?
No, it wasn't a mark, a free kick against the Collingwood player for the way he tackled him, who was going for a mark. A correct decision.
Here's the ball from the back line. Coming onto the wing, hit up there high, fell back on it, couldn't bring it in at the second try. Very close to the line, the ball. It's Green battling hard with Wallace, now on the ball in place of Richardson, who kicked the last goal. The ball is out on the centre wing.
Pays, the St. Kilda 19th man, is ready to come onto the ground, and Kennedy is coming off. A sensation in the first 7 minutes of play. St. Kilda, 1 reserve on the ground already.
The player is Pays, and Kennedy off the field with something wrong with his left knee. The ball is onto the half-forward line for the Saints. They're battling hard. Pays quickly into it, wearing 31, worn by many famous players. The ball is taken by Wallace, 36, onto the half-forward line. St. Kilda's marked to Darryl Griffiths. He's having a great battle with Tottenham. He bumps him hard after he gets rid of the ball. It's a free downfield, and I don't agree with that, and Jim Taylor's just about jumped out of the box.
Well, I did, Tony. It was a beautiful shoulder bump by Darryl Griffiths. I made excuses for St. Kilda a moment or 2 ago, saying final nerves. Well, perhaps the same could be said for the umpire. In my book, it was as Tottenham kicked.
I agree entirely. It's his first mistake, but it's his first final.
Ian Graham gets the kick downfield and is within kicking distance. He gets his firm anchor hold with his left boot. It's just touch and go to the line. The mark is to Collingwood in front. Thompson appeals for it, but no, sir. The ball is going back to the fellow who knows he's got it, and that's the chap who's got the job of looking after Thompson today in Alan Morrow. But now he's giving directions with a bandaged right knee prominent as he decides to kick the ball out to the outer wing. It's 2 goals to Collingwood. St. Kilda yet to score. To the half-back flank it goes. Gabelich waiting behind. He's got it now. Here's the hand pass coming out here into the open spaces. It's into no man's land, but it's not that for long. Look at him turn out of trouble. It was Price, the centre player. He gets knocked again. A left foot kick going into the goals, and it could be touched again. It's a goal. It's got over the line by a fraction. Price.
Well, that goal was kicked by A, one of Collingwood's new players, Price. You can see him in the picture there. And B, by the player that's on the Brownlow medalist. And the Brownlow medalist yet has to have a touch, and that's Ian Stewart.
That's quite right, because Price has had 3 kicks. He's kicked 1 goal, and Stewart has only had 1 kick.
Play underway again, and this is Alan Morrow, St. Kilda veteran, giving the ball to Moran, and St. Kilda come forward onto the half-forward line. Baldock running backwards into trouble. Montgomery is up. Baldock's up with him, but the kick goes Collingwood's way, and Montgomery holding his face.
There's an electric atmosphere at this ground. It's often that at finals time, but it seems to be really buoyed up at the moment. as Montgomery, the Viscount, with a bandaged thumb, I see, goes back on the back line to kick over centre half back and into the centre of the ground. It's almost into the circle. A big pack. That was Thompson coming over the top. Burden Howell waiting behind as he sees Stewart get his second kick. The ball is smothered. Tully tried to pick it up. So did Oakley. It's gone to the big bear. He's grabbed and pulled down solidly. Play on, says the umpire. Let me have the ball, says the umpire. That's the decision, and here's the bounce up that comes. Straight to Thompson. Thompson knocks it only a few yards forward. Picked up by Patterson. A right-handed hand pass straight over there to Searle. Centre half forward. Searle's drop pass. It's a beauty. Collingwood 3 goals up in the first 10 minutes of play. Have a chance for their fourth. And they're playing like the Collingwood machine that has been spoken of for so many years. Collingwood has jumped St Kilda completely and has the chance of 4 goals up on the board in the first 11 minutes. Graham's third kick at the sticks is third time lucky. A goal.
Well, at the first change, Collingwood led by 31 points. And as was the case last week with Essendon, it seemed that the game could well and truly be over there and then. But this wasn't to be. St Kilda had a magnificent second quarter, and this is where we're picking up play now in the Channel 9 replay. Late in the second quarter, with St Kilda going like the wind and overcoming a 6 goals deficit.
We'll keep a check on Alan Jean's blood pressure as the umpire bounces the ball, and here's the St Kilda messenger speaking with Ruckman Minot. The ball has gone to Cooper. Cooper is tackled by Adamson and Richardson. He keeps the ball going, but it comes back through his knees, and Collingwood win the kick. It's onto the half-forward line. Things are going on again out here as umpire Perkins is going to give a free kick St Kilda's way.
It's gone to Cooper. Collingwood are starting to manhandle a little bit. They're upset over the Morrow incident, and it'll cost them free kicks.
As Cooper kicking it down towards Alan Morrow, who seemed to be interfered with around the neck, but it's play on. It's picked up by Tully. Tully loses possession of it. Cooper comes in. The game's getting rough as Tully picks it up and kicks it high onto Collingwood's half-forward line. Des Tuddenham's there, number 1. Griffiths comes in against him, and Sierakowski comes in to lend a hand, and Griffiths picks it up before it's over the line, and he's going to clear for St Kilda from the half-back line. St Kilda coming into attack. The ball on their half-forward flank. A chance for Cowboy Neal to take a beauty.
Neal is on the half-forward flank. That's where they moved him to. Here's his kick coming in towards centre half-forward. A bit over there. Breen from behind snaps another one out of the clouds. And Breen, with St Kilda starting now to play certainly better than in the first quarter, has a chance to dob this ball right into the goal mouth. An extra good kick could score a goal from here. He's pretty well straight in front, but he'd be 60 yards out. Just about gets the distance. This wrong kick. It's a point. St Kilda 1 goal 4. Collingwood 6 goals 3. 13 minutes into the second quarter.
About 8 minutes ago, the marks were 28-13. Now they're 28-21 because Collingwood are losing in the air in the last 5 minutes.
It's one other thing that is noticeable. Collingwood have got their goals from relatively close in, and St Kilda are trying to kick them from a long way out, and they'll get a lot of points doing that.
29 points the difference. The kick out comes St Kilda's way. Stewart was in front. He might get the umpire's nod here. Gets the sound of the whistle too, which is more important. And here he is going back for his kick. Fairest and best player in the VFL on the umpire's vote this year. Once more, Ian Stewart kicks the ball into the goal square. St Kilda need a mark here. Collingwood just get a boot to the ball. Montgomery almost runs through a cameraman. He's a funny-looking character.
Tony, one thing I have noticed that St Kilda are still over-anxious. Too many of their players going for the ball, not enough standing down.
Minot against Thompson. Rowland came out of the pack as though he didn't think much of that, and the umpire is right on the scene to give a free kick to him. It was against Thompson.
The free kicks are 14-21 in favour of St Kilda, and St Kilda have taken 9 marks in a row without a Collingwood mark.
Richardson quiet since he got dumped on his sore shoulder, and I think Collingwood have their hearts in their mouths about his ability to carry on for the rest of the game. We'll check on the Rovers' position as Rowland comes into the goals and scores 1 point again. Oh, Rowland, obviously by that gesture, or the way he stopped and looked there, thought that it was a goal. He was running towards the centre.
Well, I thought it was, but we're on a very acute angle. But the goal umpire was certainly right underneath the ball, Tony.
This is the Collingwood fullback, Peter Boyne, putting the ball back into play again. The ball comes to the half-back line. Alan Morrow's there. Thompson comes in behind him, over the top to take a good mark. Thompson on Collingwood's half-back line, swings play back to the centre wing. Burden Howell's up, but couldn't pull the mark down. It's still on the centre wing position. The Collingwood free kick. The player pushed in the back, and the kick is to go to Searle. Searle, a punt kick, putting Collingwood into attack. It's over the half-forward line. Bob Murray set to fly again. Can he pull down another one? He didn't on that occasion. Picked up by Morrow. Playing the role of a defender here. He kicks it wide to the centre wing position, almost taken by Neal, picked up by Patterson, and here come Collingwood downfield. Patterson on the half-forward line, sending it in towards the full-forward position. No one can mark it here. A chance for Gabalik. He bursts through Murray, handballs it forward. St Kilda under pressure here. Head over the ball, handballs it out to Sinman. Sinman gets a short kick upfield, up here looking for Moran. It comes back towards Tully. Tully with a chance to pick it up. Ian Stewart kicks it off the ground. The player down as Stewart plays it over the line.
Kilda they were lucky there that the umpire didn't see the free kick to Tully from Burden Howell. He pushed Tully right in the back, two hands.
Morrow versus Thompson. Morrow, I thought, won it over towards Tully. Tully's ankle seems to be all right now. Picked up by the Brownlow medalist. Beautiful dispatch towards Baldock. Baldock again can't get it into his hands. It was too high. Taken by Potter. Potter gives him the run around and beats him. A left foot kick going here towards the player, only 15 yards away. Adamson tries to bounce off his attacker, who happens to be Rowland, is slow in getting rid of the ball. And this is better received by the St Kilda coaching bench, which has been very distressed with the umpire's performance so far.
The kick down to the full forward zone. A free kick here. Is it going St Kilda's way? Yes, it is.
This is a good decision because Boyne was trying to keep him away from the ball whilst it was some 30 yards away, and Perkins picked it up.
It's young Pays again, who's come on as a reserve to replace Kennedy. He's directly in front of goal, 30 yards out. Drop punt kick. It's a good one. St Kilda. 2 goals, 5.
Yes, we will check Pays, number 31 there in the picture, who is playing his first game of league football. He's had 4 kicks, taken 1 mark, and he's kicked 2 goals.
GTV 9 in Melbourne on relay to Channel 9 Launceston, Channel 9 Adelaide, and Channel 8 Central Victoria. Film of the match will be seen by the forces in Vietnam. Collingwood 6 goals 3, St Kilda 2 goals 5, 39-17, 17 minutes into the second quarter. St Kilda starting to play better, and they'll need to get the ball again from the ruck. It's gone towards Kevin Rose. He's hemmed in by several. Kicks the ball then St Kilda's way, and here's the Doc. A hand pass out here to Neal, who has moved onto the half-forward line and seems to be doing better there. He gets around Viscount Montgomery, straightens up for the sticks from a good way out. It's a sharp angle. It's a good kick, and it could be a goal, but isn't.
No, it's not, but there's going to be a penalty free kick. If it had have been a goal, it would have been allowed to stand. Umpire Perkins had just asked Neal, seeing that you've kicked it behind, do you want it to stand, or do you want the option of another kick? Naturally, he says, I'll have another shot for goal.
A couple of weeks ago, with the St Kilda Messenger now being dispatched again, he's been as busy as if acting under Norman Smith's instructions. This fella, Neal, struck a purple patch. I think he kicked 2 goals 8, but it could easily have been 10 goals straight. I hope he's got his right kicking boot on today for the sake of those St Kilda fans who are there and hoping that he does the right thing.
Here's Neal kicking in towards the big sticks, and Kilda need this one. It's a great goal.
It is a great goal, particularly for Kevin Neal, because he's not one of the most accurate kicks in the league. And I said before about Travis Page, for his 2 shots for goal, he's kicked 2 goals, and on last week's performance in the reserves, he's worse than Neely.
16 points the difference now. St Kilda, 15 minutes ago, were 31 points down. Up goes Alan Morrow, the lion-hearted. Can Oakley gather in the ball? Ross Smith does instead. The ball bounced better for him. The ball is towards Baldock, who's coming downfield, but is taken away by Boyne. Knocked forward by the other number 8 over towards Baldock. Morrow to Baldock it was. Now it's over towards Doggy Rowland. Rowland a kick into attack. The ball going into the goal square. 2 Collingwood defenders there, including Terry Waters, and they chop off the approach to goal. 39 points to 23. That's the score, and we're nearly 20 minutes into the second quarter. St Kilda fighting hard to get back into the game and doing much better now than in the first quarter when Collingwood just swept them aside. The kick out is short, but Patterson playing in front takes the mark and was just about to be across the line. 39 points to 23. Peter Patterson, left foot kick. Guernsey number 17 towards to the halfback. Stewart got up high, couldn't hang on to the mark. Plays it forward, held when not in possession. The umpire was right there. Didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. The ball has gone over towards Ross Smith. He bumps into his own player. Rebounds off Oakley and then tries to give it to the Doc. The Doc will extricate himself like Houdini out of this problem, I think. But he's beaten again by Potter, who beats him on the ground. The ball has gone over here towards Patterson. Patterson shoots to the wing. The ball has gone out towards Darryl Griffiths and Tuddenham. It's been their duel, which has been the most exciting of the match so far. Tuddenham versus Griffiths.
ball is on the centre wing, and the rucks get set to come in. It's Alan Morrow tapping the ball forward to Cooper. Cooper loses it before he can get rid of it, and there's a scramble here as players come in.
The thing to notice here is Wayne Richardson, number 18. They've given him a long rest off the ball, and his absence has been quite notable. He's back on the ball now.
The big bear, Gabalik, knocks the ball down. It comes towards Richardson in the play there. It comes back towards Ian Stewart, the Brownlow medalist. He breaks clear on the centre wing. He's well shepherded by a teammate. It's on a St Kilda's half-forward line. Up they fly. The Dock is there, but it's a good mark to Clark coming in over the top of him. And the St Kilda forwards there beaten again.
What a good game Clark is playing, Jim.
Tony, he was stiff to be out of the side, but when he got injured, Adamson came in and they couldn't drop Adams.
He's had 7 kicks, taken 3 marks.
The ball is into attack again for Collingwood. It rebounds back towards Patterson, who can't pick it up. It's kicked off the ground soccer fashion by Tuddenham, across towards Price. It comes towards Ian Stewart. Ian Stewart is tackled hard, unfairly, says umpire Perkins, and a free kick to Ian Stewart right in the centre of the ground.
Well, I think that indicated the sixth sense that makes a brilliant footballer. Skilton, Stewart, and all those top class are adept at dropping the ball just before they get grabbed.
Oakley takes the ball on the half-forward line, having got the kick from Stewart. Down to the full forward zone it goes, and Kilda flying at the moment. Barry Breen, he's marked it again. Ian Cooper getting instructions from the St Kilda runner and assistant coach Ron Wilson.
He's been getting them ever since the match started.
Barry Breen, well within kicking distance, kicks in towards the big sticks for St Kilda, and it's through.
And so at the 22-minute mark in the second quarter, Collingwood 6-3, St Kilda 4-5. For Collingwood, 2 goals each to Tuddenham and Graham, 1 to Richardson and Price. The 4 goals for St Kilda, 2 to Pays, 1 to Breen and 1 to Neal.
Well, St Kilda, much more settled than in the first quarter. Now with their tails up, they'll be hard to beat. They're well in the fight.
Straight downfield and taking a flying mark from behind is Wayne Richardson. Magnificent player, a high flyer for a fellow relatively short in inches. Short, that is, when you compare him with somebody like Len Thompson, to whom he rucks. Here's his kick going to centre half forward. Collingwood in front through Tuddenham. They couldn't take the mark. Gabbo couldn't pick it up, but Oakley does for St Kilda. The Saints into attack from this kick. It goes from the half-back flank into the half-forward flank. A push in the back from Boyne, unseen by the umpire, and Neal tries to make up ground. He's all over Boyne here, and it's Boyne's free kick.
Ian Stewart has had 11 kicks, and Oakley and Griffiths have had 9 each. Also 9 for Patterson, Waters, Richardson and Rose.
Those are the chief kick winners in the game as Morrow tries to mark and bowls over his own player as well. Gabbo is spread eagle by Morrow. Griffiths tackling strongly. Wayne Richardson, and the ball is shot out here towards Ian Stewart, who took his eye off the ball for a fraction and fumbled. Now he's picked the ball up again and shoots into the full forward line. Good mark to Adamson. Adamson playing well. 6-3 to 4-5 the score. Collingwood versus St Kilda, and Collingwood on top. Time on period just about due in the second quarter.
There's Adamson's kick up towards the centre wing, and a good mark to Ian Cooper. He took a spectacular one early in the game, and that was a pretty good one too. Ian Cooper, tall, rangy half forward, and Ruckman for St Kilda driving it forward, right down to the full forward position. Up is Breen again. Play off. Punched away by Rowland. It comes back towards Breen. He's grabbed while top of the ball. Cleared now by Adamson onto Collingwood's half-forward line. They're into attack. It comes across towards Burton Howell. He's bumped out of the road by Tuddenham. Kicked away by Roger Head. Back towards Ross Oakley. It bounces away from him, and we see Pitt coming in. Now coming in is Darryl Griffiths, but the ball comes back to Pitt. Pitt breaks clear, bounces the ball a couple of times. He runs along the half-forward line. And now he sends a long kick in towards Collingwood's full forward zone. Ian Graham set to fly. Murray up in front.
Hold it on. He ran too far with the ball. The players stopped at the other side of the ground. Pitt, after he had bounced it twice, I reckon he ran a good 15 yards before he steadied himself to kick it. He just went just at 2 or 3 paces too far.
There's the kick upfield. It's onto the centre wing. Big Thompson up high. Can't pull the mark down. It comes in towards Wallace, the Collingwood rover. He drives it along the flank position, looking for skipper Tuddenham, and he finds him. What a great game, a great captain's game Tuddenham is playing.
39 to 29, 10 points of difference. At the first change, it was 31 points up to Collingwood.
Into the full forward position. Ian Graham's there behind. It's punched away as it comes off his hands by Roger Head, and it's out of bounds 20 yards from the Collingwood goal.
Call the goal scorers again for Collingwood. Tuddenham and Graham 2 each, and Richardson and Price 1 each. For St Kilda, 1 each to Pays, Breen, Neal, and 1 other.
Gabalik took it out of the air. His kick was smothered. There's a free kick going to Alan Morrow. Jim Taylor tells us why.
Gabbo used his strength and used it unwisely there when the umpire was in position to see, but Gabbo tries one of these at least a match, a goal from the forward pocket from the throw-in.
As Morrow's relieving kick upfield, it's not a good kick from Alan Morrow, and it's out of bounds in the Collingwood half-forward line. Time check, 26 minutes into the second quarter, and Collingwood 39 leads St Kilda 29. Thompson, 28, gets up and palms the ball down beautifully here. It comes in towards Wallace. Wallace gets around an opponent across to Gavalik. Gavalik twists and turns like a rover. Handballs it clear. Ian Stewart's down there. It comes to Bob Murray. Murray's battling to get the ball clear. Coming in as Price, playing the ball in front of him, right near the Collingwood goal. It's kicked away across the flank position by Murray towards Sinman. Tolley's in there. And now Murray comes in again. A great full-back today for St Kilda. Upfield it goes towards Moran. He's 5 yards clear. And now St Kilda stream downfield. The ball on the half-forward line. The Doc gets clear. He's on the half-forward line. Handballs it to Moran coming through. Great play. Into the full-forward position. St Kilda burning at the moment. It comes towards Montgomery. Behind him is Rowland. Minot's there too. Could be a free kick to Collingwood. No, it's play on as Montgomery clears it right across goal after a great passage of play in the time-on period in the second quarter.
At the 3 minutes of time on in the second quarter, there's a lead of 10 points to Collingwood, who have only kicked 1 goal, 1 this quarter, while St Kilda have kicked 4 goals, 4 with Alan Morrow starring for them.
10 points the difference now. It was 31 points at the first change. The ruckmen go in and Thompson wins it again, but it's not directed to a rover. Comes out towards Baldock. Baldock is bumped and put right over by Big Thompson, 6'7", steaming downfield as the Viscount. The Viscount Montgomery gets his kick again. It's towards the St Kilda man in Breen, and Breen, who has kicked a goal already, in company with Pays, who has kicked 2, and Neil 1, goes back for his kick on the half-forward flank in front of the members' stand. St Kilda kicking to the scoreboard goal. He centres this. Can Morrow get up there in time to take the mark? Has to get it on the first bounce. That's time for the others to cover him and push him down. Cooper gets right around Wallace. A shot for the stick. It's a high hook shot. It will score, but whether it's a goal or not, I don't know. It's a goal. It's a beauty. Cooper. The attention of many directions of the St Kilda coach throughout the game really fired in that passage and got the maximum.
Well, I thought before he kicked he was being selfish. There's the player in a better position, but as it happened, he kicked the goal, and I would say luckily so.
It's 4 points the difference. Collingwood in front, and right on the bounce in the centre, a free kick going to Brian Minot, and St Kilda with their tails up at the moment. Minot, a drop punt kick, 55 yards downfield of the full forward zone. Up they fly, it rebounds to Ross Smith. Smith is clear. Beautifully gets out of trouble, shoots in towards goal. It's dropping short into the 10-yard square for St Kilda. Alan Morrow's there, flying from behind. It comes towards Baldock. Baldock pushed in the back. He gets the ball, loses it again. Picked up, shot in towards goal by Neil. Another goal to St Kilda. Cowboy Neil.
That rootin' tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, ragtime Cowboy Neil.
Well, both sides have kicked 6 goals at the scoreboard end. Does that mean that the wind advantage is so much? I doubt it.
St Kilda have kicked 6 goals, 4 in 30 minutes of play. 2 goals each to Neil and Pays, 1 each to Breen and Cooper, and for Collingwood, 2 goals each to Tuddenham and Graham, 1 each to Richardson and Price.
The Saints come again, but now it's time for Collingwood. Collingwood into attack through Wallace. The ball onto the half-forward line. And Sinman, one of the stoutest defenders they've had for a long time, takes the mark, but it's against them as the siren goes. To no avail. The siren goes after a rattling second quarter by St Kilda. They've more than bridged a 31-point deficit, and they go to hit the front at half-time as the whole stadium gets up onto its feet and applauds them.
We're rolling tape now into the third quarter. We pick play up 12 minutes in the second semi-final.
12 minutes into the third quarter, 6-7 to 6-3 for St Kilda in front.
Free kick to head here. It must be a St Kilda free kick. Collingwood are definitely manhandling, and I think the only key position that Collingwood are winning is a centre-half back where Potter is beating Baldock.
There's Roger Head's kick upfield. Ian Cooper's there, and also was Brian Minot, as Wallace trying to pick the ball up, and Thompson's over the top of it now, and it's a ball up on the Collingwood half-forward line on the outer wing.
Jim Taylor, who will win it from here?
It's hard to say, Tony. It looks like St Kilda, but I never give Collingwood away.
Pitt. Drop punt kicks straight to the arms of Kevin Rose. 43 points to 39. 13 minutes into the third quarter. Kevin Rose kicks almost to the goal square. Bob Murray couldn't hang on to it that time. He tried hard. It's Ian Graham picking the ball up. Sirakowski seemed to have him covered, then let him slip by. The kick is going into the full forward pocket. Roger Head has to try and keep them out, but over the back it's Collingwood's mark, all right. Wallace in keeping with Richardson. Small men who can take a good, strong mark. Fancy picking up 2 rovers of this caliber in the one season. Collingwood's luck, Collingwood's fortune. Wallace and Richardson. The angle is more than half a right angle for sure. It's a good kick at the goal.
And Collingwood have hit the front. They are 7 goals 3 to St Kilda 6 goals 7 at the 13-minute mark in the third quarter. 2 goals each to Tuddenham and Graham, 1 each to Richardson, Price and Wallace, and for St Kilda 2 each to Pays and Neil, 1 each to Cooper and Breen.
Well, Collingwood have hit the front, but they're struggling, whereas St Kilda are playing, and they're playing well, full of confidence.
Alan Morrow is number 8. He led their great revival in the second term. Can he keep it going for the third quarter? Here's his kick going into attack for them towards Baldock. Baldock drops back on the ball. He's got to beat Montgomery, but Montgomery gets there first. The kick is right across the half-back flank, gaining not a yard either way, and it's marked by Neil. Neil will gain yards for the Saints now because they're into attack. Here's his kick right along the boundary line on the outer flank, going towards the Richmond goal, and Terry Waters takes the mark. Waters has taken some beautiful marks.
The marks are 42 to 35 in favour of Collingwood. That's only a 7 advantage now.
2 points the difference. Collingwood in front now. Thompson from behind is paid the mark by the umpire, and the lanky, adept player kicks into the centre of the ground. Picked up here by Price, the centre man. Price. Murray wins another battle. He's played so well. The ball is in the centre. Here come Collingwood again. Into the full forward pocket. Searle racing there. Murray keeps him in check. And there's to be a throw in front of the Gray Smith stand.
Only one player on the ground has had more kicks than Murray, and that's Kevin Rose, has had 15. Murray's had 14 from 10 marks.
Taken out of there by Gabalik. A hand pass in towards Tuddenham trying to come through. Now it's Searle in front of the Collingwood goal. He's tackled the hand pass across to Wallace. A snapshot by Wallace. A left foot shot. Collingwood 8 goals 3. St Kilda 6 goals 7. The 15-minute mark in the third quarter.
Collingwood have recognised the mastery of Murray, Bobby Murray, that is, over Ian Graham. Searle's gone now to full forward and Graham to centre half forward.
It's 8 points the difference. It was 31 at the first change, and St Kilda led by 2 at the halfway mark. Collingwood in front, and here's the Dock. They've moved him into the centre. Baldock kicks the ball into the half-forward line. Green couldn't hang on to that mark, and it could be a costly error. It's Clark racing away with the ball. He fumbled it. It didn't bounce properly for him off this turf, which is proving treacherous for several players. It finds Graham. Graham gives it to Tuddenham. Tuddenham racing into the goal from 40 yards out. Graham, bam, Alakazam. It's a goal.
The Collingwood skipper is the first player on the ground to kick 3 goals.
Well, 23 minutes into the third quarter, and Collingwood 9-4. St Kilda 9 goals 8. It's 4 points the difference, and the Dock is starting to fire.
The goal kickers for Collingwood are 3 to Tuddenham, 2 to Graham and Wallace, and 1 each to Price and Richardson, and for St Kilda, 2 each to Neil and Pays, 1 each to Breen, Cooper, Oakley, Baldock and Smith.
St Kilda in front again. Morrow gets spilled as he falls all over Gavalich.
A correct decision again. They are definitely being beaten by Morrow, and they're trying to manhandle him to keep him out of the game.
The ball is onto the half-forward line. Baldock wait for it, and coming right into his back and hard is Montgomery, and that's hurt Baldock.
It's on for young and old, Tony. The St Kilda players love Baldock, and look at him. He's on the ground just behind that pack. He's being tended to by Ian Cooper. They love the Dock. He's a tremendous bloke and one of the fine gentlemen of football, as fair as they come, and look at this. Well, if you have to win matches that way, I suppose in finals, you can...
Look at Alan Morrow running in and telling his players to keep out of it and to keep themselves cool in this situation.
And play football. This is a beauty.
The outcome of all this is a free kick which was not in any way connected with this piece of play with Baldock. Has been taken by Pays. It was some yards away from this.
I think what he told Ron Wilson, the messenger coming off the field there, was that he's okay. That's the message that will go back to Coach Alan Jeans, who is very anxious about the whole affair, naturally enough. He's his number 1 trump card, although he hasn't been in the form we expect of him today.
The free kicks are 23 to Collingwood and 37 to St Kilda, and I'd say that Collingwood are definitely throwing away free kicks.
Collingwood resisting the attack. Kick the ball to the half-back flank. This is Boyne. That was Neil running hard into Boyne, and things are getting a bit tough. They're really throwing themselves into it as Cooper gets the ball towards Verdon Howell. Verdon Howell loses the ball and is picked up by Wallace. He's tackled by Howell. It goes to Tully. Wallace gets the free kick. It's onto the half-forward line and straight to Ian Sinman. Sinman will play on. A little off balance. He kicks the ball to the half-forward flank. It doesn't cover as much distance as he'd have wished. Neil's in front. Is upset with the decision, and the Bear puts him down. Stadium's in uproar. Onto the half-forward line. That's a mark to Ian Graham. And Kempers are very hard to control in the match, which could easily get out of hand.
Well, there's a 15-yard penalty for this one against the St Kilda player. Ian Graham doesn't realise this. And the Collingwood player will be brought back on the mark. It's Ian Sinman, 15 yards, and this looks like about 30 to me.
It's contagious, though. It's gone from the half-forward line to the half-back line to the half-forward line.
Morrow's in front, and Morrow takes the mark. Injured in the last final series. A great blow to him personally, because he had led the club in so many duels with such distinction for a long time. Morrow really wants a premiership this year. The ball is to the half-back flank, taken by Pitt. Pitt's kick into the full-forward area. Morrow is again in front, couldn't hang on to his mark that time. The ball is taken by Kevin Rose. It didn't go far, but it finds Wallace, and that's good. Wallace is dynamite in this quarter, kicks in towards the goals and gets 1 point instead of 2.
Time check, it's 28 correction, 28 minutes gone in the third quarter, and the difference is 4 points. St Kilda 63, Collingwood 59.
St Kilda have shifted Baldock to a half-forward flank, and they have Neil at centre half-forward, but Potter has gone with Baldock.
Bad kick by Bob Murray from the full-back position. It comes towards Griffiths. Griffiths battling with Tottenham and wins out, gets the ball, gets it up towards the centre wing position. Up goes Breen, can't take the mark, and now Ian Stewart comes in. Stewart is going to be tackled, but gets out of trouble well. Left foot kick by Stewart under the half-forward line. It's bouncing close to the boundary line as Neil comes in, and a throw-in coming up, and another clash there as Neil holds his head. A fiery game at the MCG, and the Big Bear gets up. The ball comes to Richardson. He's tackled, brought to the ground. It's on St Kilda's half-forward line. A hand pass out towards Moran. It comes back towards Richardson. Richardson's tackled by Ross Smith. The ball comes back towards the centre. Coming in as Patterson. And now Collingwood come downfield. Here's Patterson on the half-forward line, kicking it into the full-forward position, but a good mark for Sierakowski. A great game in the second semi-final. Sierakowski wide to the flank towards Verdon Howell. The ball bounces back towards him. He gets around a Collingwood player, gets it into attack for St Kilda. Taken by Ted Potter. How did he get that one? Good play by Potter. He kicks it back over the head of Gabalik. It comes in towards Moran, bounces away from him. Picked up by Price. Price's tackle, handballs it away. It's in the centre. Kevin Rose in the play now. He loses possession of the ball. Play goes on. Picked up by Kevin Rose. Handballs to Gabalik. Gabbo's in trouble. A long hand pass to Tottenham. Tottenham's clear. He's on the half-forward line. The St Kilda bench is worried. A long kick by Tottenham. It's a goal. 4 goals to Des Tottenham. A great captain's effort.
Let's have a look at the Collingwood bench. Bob Rose is in the dark suit. His brother is on his right with the armband, and on his left is Chairman of Selectors Harry Collier.
Alongside there in the mottled suit is Kenny Turner, and he was a great champion. They haven't worried too much, Tony. They're pretty steady on that bench.
St Kilda coming into attack again. This is Moran on the half-forward line. A long kick in towards Pays at full forward. It's over his head. Up there trying to take the mark was Montgomery. Picking it up is Terry Waters. He's grabbed. Pays appealing for the free kick. Is it holding the ball?
I think the umpire will play it against Waters. I thought he took far too long because 2 Collingwood players were scragging each other and were fighting each other for the ball.
Terry Waters isn't too happy over the decision, but that's the way it's going. A free kick to St Kilda from only about 10 or 12 yards out of goal. We check the scores, 63 to 65. Collingwood lead by 2 points. Ross Smith in an excellent position to put it through for full points. Smith has already kicked 1 goal. Could be number 2 coming up. A goal it is.
A brilliant first quarter by Collingwood. An equally brilliant second quarter by St Kilda. And now a very even third quarter. And this final match, like the first one, is really exciting and a credit to both sides.
31 minutes into this third quarter. 4 points the difference. A goal kicker for Collingwood, a 4 to Tuddenham, 2 to Graham and Wallace, and 1 each to Price and Richardson.
We're into the play again. Minot won that knockdown. One-handed. Stewart has to get rid of the ball. And the free kick is against him for holding the ball. The siren's gone. There'll be no more scores in this quarter. And they go into the final 30 minutes of play with St Kilda 4 points ahead.
Well, now, here's another videotape of play coming up. We're into the final quarter.
11 minutes into the last quarter, and Collingwood 67 now, St Kilda 83.
Baldock has kicked 2 goals, 3 for St Kilda, and Neil 2 goals, 2, while for Collingwood, Tuddenham's kicked 4 goals, 1, and Richardson 1 goal, 2.
Here's Bob Murray, one of the great players in the St Kilda team today. He had his back to the wall in that first quarter, and he hardly put a foot wrong. The ball is kicked onto the half-back flank. Tuddenham tries hard for the mark, and he still keeps the ball in his possession, and he wins it. Tuddenham has been an inspiration to Collingwood, and he's got 4 goals. 83 to 67 is the score at the moment. Tuddenham's kick along the boundary line is in towards the goal square, and from behind it's Sirakoski trying to outmark Ray Gabelich, and it's a no result. Gabbo versus Morrow. Morrow takes the ball, kicks it past a couple of legs, and it gets to Doggy Rowland, who puts his left boot into it, and it gets to the half-back flank. St Kilda come forward through Moran. Moran onto the half-forward line with this kick. The mark is spoilt for Ross Smith. Picked up on the ground by Terry Waters now on the ball. He appeals for a free kick, but play goes on. Meantime, it's back to Waters now. He's being tackled by Davis. Shakes him off, gets past him. Kicks the ball onto the wing on the far side, and it's marked here by Patterson. Patterson wanting to play on, sees that he is covered, or rather there's no lead for him, and he goes back to take his kick and now shoots it to Wayne Richardson. Richardson shakes off his assailant. The ball is over centre half forward now, where it's taken by Errol Hutchison, and he's about 50 yards out. Could kick a goal from here. It's going off the side of his boot. It's off the right of the instep, and it's through for 1 point.
Best players for both sides up to date for St Kilda: Murray, Morrow, Sinman, Oakley until injured, Cooper and Neal, and for Collingwood, Tuddenham, Waters, Potter, Pitt and Rose.
Bob Murray, the St Kilda fullback, who's played a great game, about to put the ball back into play again. He's had plenty of work in that fullback position. A high drop kick this time, not much distance, down towards Burton Howell, who's set to fly over the top. It comes towards Errol Hutchison, who missed the shot for goal a minute ago. It comes across towards Pitt. Pitt's punt kick takes the ball into the full forward zone. It's over the head of Sirakoski, and it's out of bounds, right on the behind post.
83 to 68, 13 minutes into the final quarter. St Kilda in front. Gabbo takes it out of the air, stands his ground, but then can't get his boot into the ball. The next best thing is to flop on it. "15 points, the Saints are ahead. Gabbo versus Morrow. What a duel this has been. It's over here towards Tuddenham. Tuddenham bowled out of it. Getting very close to the Collingwood goal. There's nip and tuck here. It was kicked by somebody. Oh, well played by Roger Head, but then he threw it.
He did. Gee, this is a good decision. Proper decision against Roger Head for throwing the ball through the goals. It will be a certain Collingwood goal.
Clearly, it was very, very clearly shown on the screen there. I noticed there's Nisbet of the Collingwood, the St Kilda selectors up, but he can see that tomorrow. 2. Well, that puts Collingwood back in the game. Bad luck for Roger Head. He tried to punt, but didn't get his hand to the ball as he stumbled onto his knees. Or from his knees, one should say, and it's put Collingwood right back into the game. There's Roger Head, no doubt feeling pretty unhappy with himself at the moment.
They were 15 points ahead, and now they're 9 points ahead. It's 83 to 74. St Kilda in front. Here's the bounce up, and in they fly for it again. Indecisive. The ball is towards the wing on the member side. Picked up by Waters, and it's a Collingwood free kick. It's going to Errol Hutchison, who knows that they want to get on with the job. Hutchison has played very well since coming on as 19th man. They still have Steer on the fence. He's their 20th man. St Kilda have their first reserve in Davis on the field too. The ball to the half-forward line, and Gabbo takes a beautiful mark. 15 minutes gone in the final quarter. Collingwood 9 points down. 15 points the difference. Not a person in the 100,000-strong crowd has left the ground. The ball is into the goal square. No mark here. Knocked away by Roger Head. No throw that time. The ball across the line in the full forward pocket on the members' side, going to the Richmond goal. Collingwood 9 points down. It's 83-74. 16 minutes now into the final term. Minot on the ball is number 2. He's going against Thompson. Drags it out of the air. Then was thwarted in the hand pass. It's across there towards Price. He's slow. Price has hold of it now. Trailing in behind. Burton Howell's free kick.
Well, I thought he's a bit lucky to be paid this. I didn't think Price had an opportunity to get rid of the ball, and when he didn't try and kick it, he was free kick for holding the ball.
There's the relieving kick upfield by Burton Howell. It's over the line, and it's to be thrown in on Collingwood's half-forward flank. 16 minutes into the final quarter, St Kilda lead 83-74. 2 is Minor, 28 Thompson, who palms the ball down. It comes across towards Sierakowski. He knocks it forward. It comes to Ross Smith, the St Kilda rover. Left foot kick by him. Swings play back to the centre wing. It's a defensive kick. And a throw-in coming up.
The marks are 54 now to Collingwood and 51 to St Kilda. 28 free kicks to Collingwood and 43 to St Kilda.
Between the centre wing and the Collingwood half-forward line, Thompson pounds it down, looking for Tottenham. Thompson comes in again, gives it to Wallace this time. A hook shot over the top of his head by him, and it's marked by Ian Graham. Graham is on the half-forward flank, a long way from goal. He's a good kick, and he should put it well down. Collingwood fighting back. Right to the forward pocket. Waters punched away from him. It comes to Tottenham. A snapshot by him. Ball is taken away by St Kilda through Bob Murray. Good play. Right across goal towards Davis. Davis battling here with Errol Hutchison. Hutchison wins out on this occasion. He's tackled, plays the ball in front of him. The whistle's gone. The decision is going against Errol Hutchison. And the Collingwood fans and the bench aren't happy. St Kilda are.
The crowd today at this second semi-final is 95,614.
There's a kick upfield. St Kilda coming into attack. Coming in as Pitt knocks the ball forward. Good play by him. Pitt's on the half-forward line. A drop kick into the Collingwood forward pocket. Coming out there is Ian Graham. Knocks the ball in front of him. It's Searle, rather. And it's unfortunate for him, but he was over the line.
9 points the difference still. 18 minutes into the final term. Here the ruckmen come into play again. Into the play and into the fray. Thompson versus Minot. Don't know who won that. It's over towards Burton Howell. Picked up here by Ian Graham. Turns beautifully out of trouble. Then straight back to the 2 St Kilda defenders. And they squash him. The ball is taken away by Sinman. Sinman kicks towards Cooper. He won't drop it. Cooper takes the mark on the half-back flank. Is 9 points enough for the Saints with about 8 to 10 minutes of play left? Here are the instructions from Alan Jeans, and he's going out of his mind.
There's the kick by Cooper. Good kick to the half-forward line. Bulldogs there. So is Morrow. And that's one of the marks of the game so far. Alan Jeans directing play, telling him where to put it downfield along the flank position. It goes into the pocket. Up they fly. It's punched away by the defenders. Picked up by Baldock, who tries to get around an opponent. He's bumped out of the road. Pays is put down hard. Collingwood defending grimly here. It's a battle royal. It's shot out towards Pays again. Now it's picked up by Pitt. He gets it upfield, and it's marked by Brian Minot. It's a great game. 83-74, and the St Kilda bench is wild.
Cooper. He's getting instructions from the coach, who's just almost alongside him as he kicks this ball over there towards Green. Green got a terrific ride, and then they swamp him.
Tony, Ted Potter's hurt. He looks like he may come off.
No, I think he'll be all right. Over there to Wallace. Wallace, a lovely raking kick. It's onto the centre wing. It's Griffiths versus Tottenham again. What a duel they've turned on for us today. Tottenham kicks the ball along the ground, and it almost finds the man. It's picked up now by Patterson at the second try. Smartly skirts the St Kilda attacker, and the ball is kicked into attack now for the Collingwood team. Gabbo in the middle and over the back, Sierakowski.
Ted Potter's definitely coming off, and Trevor Spear will take his place.
Sierakowski to the centre wing, and Cooper takes another mark. That's 4 in about the last 2.5 minutes. Here comes Trevor Spear, Collingwood's best and fairest player last year. Relegated to 19th man for this match, or 20th man. He's on the field now. The ball is onto the half-forward flank. St Kilda are playing in front. The ball is taken away by Montgomery, and Montgomery, strong and robust, kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Gabbo's mark is spoilt by the St Kilda team, picked up here by Wallace. Wallace keeps the pressure on the St Kilda defence. The ball going in towards the goal square. Beautiful mark. Searle took a beautiful, well-judged mark. And if he converts for full points, it's 3 points the difference.
This will be Searle's 8th kick for the game, and it's his first mark.
Searle, 45 degrees to the sticks, about 20 yards out. To go, 3 points separate the sides. St Kilda still in front.
That is Searle's second goal.
Reminiscent of last year's second semi. 1 point the difference in St Kilda's favour. Morrow now, after the kicking of that goal by...
"22 minutes gone on the final quarter. Collingwood 80 trail by 3 points.
It's the atmosphere for a heart attack. The ball is into the goal square. Tottenham tries to bust his way through. He'll pick it up. He scores! Fabulous!
5 goals to Des Tottenham. A great captain's effort. There he is, urging his side on.
Nothing but sheer determination, brilliance, and courage got that goal.
Tuddy, number 1 for the Magpies, brings up his 5th goal. They are 3 points ahead now, Collingwood. They've gone into the lead. The time is 22 minutes into the final term. There's only about 8 minutes of play left. Davis wins a kick. He's 19th man. Steer dropped the mark. It was his first touch of the ball since coming on as 20th man. He picks it up now. Turns out of trouble. Into trouble again. He wins his kick. Great play by the Collingwood bigwig. The ball is onto the half-forward line. It's Sinman holding them out. Collingwood 3 points ahead as this kick is taken by Kevin Rose. His short pass is onto the wing. It's over Waters' head, but it's a man backing up in Hutchison who gives a hand pass back here towards Clark. Clark just about to clash with Ian Stewart of St Kilda. They jump on the ball together. The coaches are just about frantic. The ball goes St Kilda's way, and a beautiful mark and a huge shout from the crowd as Minot takes a classic. Alan Jeans, unheard by the player with the ball, is shouting all kinds of instructions to him. It's an extraordinary sight. It's pandemonium at the MCG. Minot cool, young, kick. It's a magnificent kick. The Saints go back. They're 3 points in front, and that is the greatest roar from a crowd I've heard in 20 years of sports coverage.
One of the reasons that goal was kicked because Collingwood foolishly gave away a 15-yard penalty.
What a goal, what a game, what a final.
The Saints are 3 points ahead, 89 to 86. They come into attack. The ball towards Errol Hutchison. He's hemmed in by Davis. He's swatted. No free kick. No game for faint heart. Has he given it?
Yes, a free kick against Errol Hutchison to Davis.
There's such a roar, there's such a cacophony from the crowd that no player could hear the umpire's decision, couldn't hear the whistle blow. Maybe he hasn't got enough breath in his lungs to blow the whistle anymore. And Davis gets the kick, and look at this pass, and look at the mark.
We have played for 25 minutes. We begin the time-on period with St Kilda leading by 3 points.
On the half-forward flank, Ian Cooper, after a beautiful mark, kicks the ball to within 20 yards of goal, and a good mark is taken by number 28. That's big Len Thompson. John Crilly, Bill Ashworth, Dennis Brawadi under Ron Davis's direction at the MCG, a classic finals match. Channel 9 in the centre as Kevin Rose gives it to Boyne. Boyne on the move from the back line. It's into attack, this kick. The Magpies 3 points down is towards Big Gabba. Sinman runs him down. The hand pass has gone to Tottenham. Tottenham 6th attempt coming up for a goal. 6 to Tuddy. Tottenham's performance is one of the great efforts in finals for many years.
It is, Tony, and look at Des go, but let's give full credit for the way that goal came from Len Thompson to Kevin Rose, who beautifully hand-passed to Boyne, who gave it to Gabbo, who hand-passed to Tottenham. Great creative team football.
Time on now being played.
Tottenham has had 18 kicks, 4 marks, and has kicked 6 goals.
3 points Collingwood's way now. They storm forward again through Boyne. The ball is kicked onto the half-forward line. It's Tottenham versus Darryl Griffiths. The ball goes right back on its heels and goes to Pitt. Pitt, a fast mover, has had 2 bounces. He straightens up and could score if he gets it onto his boot properly. It's going right into the goal square. It's through for a point, and that puts them 4 points ahead. A very vital point.
I disagree, Tony. I don't think that point will make any difference. A goal is what is wanted by either side. Collingwood to give them the 2 kicks clear and St Kilda to regain the lead.
Bob Murray, the St Kilda fullback, who's done a sterling job today, kicks off up towards Burden Howell on the half-back line. He can't take the mark. He's bustled under pressure here from Price. Now it's picked up by Kevin Rose, another great player in this game. He gets it across to Pitt, and Pitt takes the mark. Pitt is on Collingwood's half-forward line. Collingwood lead at this stage by 4 points. The time-on period is being played in the last quarter. Pitt taking his time because Collingwood are in front. There's his kick, a good drop kick right to the full forward zone. Wallace forced over the line by Murray, and a throw-in right near the Collingwood goal.
We've played for 1.5 minutes in the time-on period.
4 points of difference. Collingwood in front, 93-89. Gabbo wins it. Where's the rover? Price is grabbed with the ball. St Kilda's free.
A lucky one.
Ross Smith, opposing rover, takes the kick from the back pocket along the Olympic stand wing. No mark here. It stands right for Kevin Rose. Kevin Rose, a strong, long kick going in towards the goal square again. 3 Saints there. They fumbled it. Alan Morrow, it's up to him. He's grabbed by Wallace. Wallace tries to take the ball off him and very nearly did so. Tottenham just about to run out of space. Has a kick and it's his 7th. Did you see how close that ball was to out of bounds?
Brilliant play by Tottenham. He held the ball on the line.
Collingwood ahead and look like winning now, and Wallace is down with cramp. They've got both reserves on the field.
2 minutes of time on gone, 10 points the difference. Collingwood lead 99-89. Last week's game in the semi-final series was decided by 10 points too. It's up to the Doc. The Doc trying to follow Tottenham's captaincy example. A strong kick, a long kick going into the full forward pocket. Pays nearly got his chance and missed it. Here comes the hand pass out to him now, which is cut off by Trevor Steer. He fumbles, but the ball is across the line. Check the time again.
Nearly 3 minutes of time on has been played, and Collingwood lead by 10 points.
There's the throw, and it's knocked down by Thompson. It comes to Baldock. Baldock runs around the pocket. A snapshot in towards the St Kilda goal, but there's nobody there for St Kilda. Taken by Terry Waters. Waters plays it wide upfield, looking for a teammate. And finds him up here in Errol Hutchison. Collingwood lead by 10 points, well into the time-on period in what has been a tremendous game, a tremendous fight. There's the Collingwood coach's bench. The ball is kicked up to the centre wing. Patterson's up. Can't take the mark. It's forced over the line, and a throw-in to take place on the centre wing position.
10 points of difference. Just about 4 minutes of time on gone in the final quarter. Bob Rose is watching with anxious eyes as Alan Morrow goes up and with another Herculean performance. He wins the knock, which is taken by Pitt of the opposition side. Pitt in the centre of the ground. Look at him move. He's too fast for Rowland. His kick is to within about 35 yards of goal. Collingwood manoeuvre in front. The markers spoil. It's over towards Sirakoski, number 13. Murray tells him that he'll do the work. Murray picks the ball up, kicks it high, and it goes into the stands. 89-99 is still the score, with Collingwood 10 points in front, and we'll check on that big clock again. 4 minutes of time on gone. There can only be about 2 minutes of play left. Collingwood 10 points ahead. Gabbo takes it out of the air. A good rucking contest to win. It's gone over towards Minot. Minot gives it back to the man who gave it to him. It's nip and tuck. Tottenham. A left foot kick in towards the goal square. Murray is in front. And Murray again turns the tide of a strong attack. The ball is close to the line, and Patterson with Moran sees it out. 99-89. Collingwood in front. 4.5 minutes of time on gone. Collingwood at this stage favourites to go into the grand final. Stewart clashes with Tottenham, and the umpire will bounce it. On Collingwood's half-forward flank, the ball is on the outer side of the ground, and Collingwood going to the Richmond goal.
There's the ball up. A scrambly play as St Kilda defenders pounce on the Collingwood attackers. It's holding the ball, and the free kick goes to Burden Howell. He's on the half-back flank, and there's the siren. It's all over. The Collingwood coach is ecstatic. They win by 10 points.
League football was presented by GTV Channel 9 Melbourne with the compliments of the Kiwi Polish Company.